Dear Kamala Harris, let's get one thing crystal clear. The vast majority of American men have no issue with electing a female president. Our issue lies solely with you. You were second in charge of California for 13 years.
As California's Attorney General, Harris promoted enforcement of a law that allowed prosecutors to seek jail time for parents of truant kids.
As a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
I thought that was crazy. I was like, how can you lock parents up?
If you don't go to school, Kamala's going to put you and me in jail. Yes, we achieved intended effect.
I opened the door and I see at least 7 or 8 cops like wanted to arrest me. As a matter of fact, they did.
And frankly, you know the prosecutors in my office who volunteered to do this? My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
She had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. That person could be arrested. They could lose time from work and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community.
I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted.
Weeks later, I could dismiss the charges, but their life would forever be changed.
I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
All because of the swipe of my pen.
I don't agree what Kamala Harris did to my mom. And I don't agree with what she's done to other parents as well.
You were second in charge of the United States for 4 years.
If anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
Inflation is hitting the highest level in 39 years. A record high number of illegal crossings.
Crime's been surging across the nation.
Huge spikes in homicides.
Could we be heading toward World War III?
After 17 years of failed leadership, you are now asking us to trust you as first in charge of our country.
I am concerned and focused on big issues. Elementary and middle school truancy is actually a big issue. If we're trying to save the state money, because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding. I want money.
My message to all Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
As men and protectors of women and children, you are simply a risk we are not willing to take.
Paid for by Maha Alliance and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up. Hopefully you click that like button already. That's the only price of admission for my live streams is to simply hit the like button. We got 1,500 people up in here. I don't know if we have 1,500 likes, but if you want to reserve your like until the end, just in case you might not like a brother, that's cool too. But feel free to hit the like button. If you're feeling extra generous, do me a favor and consider sharing this video. Hit the share button below the video, copy the link, and share it on Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, or X. And make sure you follow me on X. Tag me in the videos if you do share it on X so I can show you some love. First of all, I want to say thank y'all so much for pulling up, man. That video came from Maha, Make America Healthy Again, and it's from a Maha Alliance. Shout out to Robert Kennedy for that because he is the biggest proponent of Make America Healthy Again. And I'm actually with that, guys. You got to be more healthy. Make sure you're eating better. Make sure you're sleeping longer. Make sure that you're doing things that bring you peace. You know what I mean? Make sure that you're giving God all praise, glory, and honor for the small things. The fact that you have a roof over your head while you're resting. The fact that he's protecting you from seen and unseen dangers. And there's a bunch of people out there who believe that this country is screwed, that no matter how this thing goes, we're screwed and it's going the bad way and it's going to be a World War III. Well, 1 Corinthians 10:13 says there have been no temptation taken but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that which you are able, but will provide a door to escape so that you will have room to bear it. So with that said, God has provided us with another option. That other option is called Donald J. Trump. A lot of y'all don't want to consider that, especially my Democrats and liberals who are out there. You don't want to consider Trump as another option. You want to consider him as whatever the media say he is. They're saying that he's a fascist, he's a racist, he's a misogynist, and all this other crap. But what you fail to realize is that they're pulling the wool over your eyes. They're lying to you because he is not an establishment president. He is not playing ball. He came to, what he say, drain the swamp. He want to rip this thing to shreds. That's why they keep on pulling people who was working with him before. And they're saying, why are they voting for the Democrats now? Why are the people who once worked with Trump backing Kamala now? That's because those are establishment politicians. That's what they are. They are taught to play by a certain set of rules that Trump don't play by. This man is an actual boss. This man actually operates as a president. He don't operate as a puppet, and they hate that. If you can tell me something right now, and I'm talking to my Democrats and my liberals here, or my independents who haven't made up your mind yet, which is foolish, because if you haven't made up your mind yet, then I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Like you just trying to be, you just want to be daggone what's the word? I can't even think of the word right now. But just tell me one Kamala accomplishment that you're backing right now. Just tell me that, because I do not trust her to be the president at all, at all. All right, as you clearly saw, and this is what Kamala runs off of. This is why I played that video by Elon Musk, because he's putting it out there. And plus, they're trying to sue Elon Musk right now. They're trying to sue him for his $1 million award. That's like, as if he's paying people to vote, when it's actually the left that's paying people to vote. And we see this, it's outright. When you ask Kamala, what are you doing for the black men? Well, I'm going to pay them for my vote with $20,000. I'm going to pay them with weed and all this other stuff. And then this right here, this video we just watched, she was bragging about with the swipe of her pen when she was an attorney. But whenever we talk about her resume and why she believed that she should be president, she never talks about when she was the vice president of the United States of America. She never talks about her accomplishments as VP. Why? Because she don't have any. She don't have any. All right. She wants to separate herself from the border, but she don't want to separate herself too much from Biden, because he's the only reason why she got in office in the first place, because of DEI. DEI. All right. It's not a bad thing to say that she was a DEI hire. Well, at least if you're talking to Democrats anyway, because this is their initiative. If it's your initiative that DEI is supposed to be a good thing to help minorities get into positions that they never would have because of this racist system that we're in, then you can say the same thing about Kamala, because that's exactly what happened. Joe Biden was not going to make her his running mate until he was on Breakfast Club, and they said black people will not support you unless you put a black woman on the ticket. So they found someone who was as close as possible to that black woman that they could put on the ticket. Nobody voted for her to be the Democratic nominee right now. Nobody voted for her. Barack Obama himself even waited a couple of weeks before he decided to endorse her. He wanted to go the right way and have her be voted in, or have somebody better show themselves as the potential Democratic presidential nominee. But that didn't happen. So they just went ahead and pushed it forward after pushing Joe Biden out. And I actually voted for Biden. That's the reason why I'm speaking about this. I voted blue no matter who my entire life, and that's dead in the water now. Why? Because I'm paying attention. Once you make me start paying attention, bruh, you're gonna catch hell. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. I really appreciate it. I've run my mouth so much so far. So we got some things to touch on. All right, so Trump just now had a major monster rally in New York. And shout out to Lou Valentino, who was in the building. Didn't send me a text or nothing, like, bruh, you need to make your way up to New York, man, because we going to the rally. What's up? I'm going to be hanging with Benny Johnson. I'm going to be hanging with all these big, man, Lou Valentino, man, you was hanging with all the big wigs. You couldn't tag a brother or nothing. Huh? I was just in New York a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I got invited. Shout out to my man Nick P. I got invited to an event at the New York Stock Exchange on the main floor. It was a big old party, man. It was beautiful. I had VIP parking and everything. It was beautiful. All right, so people are trying to say that was a Nazi rally. That's what they're saying. And people are trying to say that Tony Hinchcliffe, who was the comedian there, apparently he said some bad things that made them feel so yucky inside. Huh? Well, check this out right here. I pulled up something from this. There were some individuals who were there who don't feel that same way, like this Puerto Rican lady right here. I want y'all to hear what she has to say about they're saying that Tony was extremely racist to the Puerto Ricans because of what he said. Check this out.
I've already had a few people tag me in the videos of the comedian today at the Trump rally insulting Puerto Rico, or what they felt like was an insult. As a Puerto Rican American myself, my dad grew up in Puerto Rico. I was not insulted by this in the very least. Number one, this guy is a comedian. Number two, the clip that they don't show you from right before that is him joking with Latino Americans about a bunch of stuff in our culture. And if you know anything about a Latino American or a Hispanic American, we are our worst critics. We harass and make fun of each other. Or if you gave two shits about Puerto Rico or learned anything that's going on there, you would know that this guy's not talking about Puerto Rican people. He's talking about the island of Puerto Rico, which has a massive pollution problem. Tons of trash washes up on this beach every single day, and it looks like a landfill. And there's been a huge problem there since the last hurricane. You know, the one that wiped out people's houses that they did nothing to help with. What a cheap shot they're trying to make while Kamala Harris is at an African-American church in Pennsylvania with a whole new accent she picked up today. But guys, it's not working. It's just not working. Don't come after us Latino Americans, and definitely don't come after us Puerto Rican Americans, because we ain't here for your guys' bullshit. New York City is turning red. Trump will be the next president of the United States, and you guys are going to have to learn how to live with it.
And they don't want to learn how to live with it. They're not planning on living with it. They're planning on stealing it. But all they keep on asking Trump is, do you plan on admitting to losing if you lose? All right. You're not going to try to make your people go out there and steal the election, are you? Why are they only asking Trump that? They're not asking Kamala that. Because last I saw, it was Hillary Clinton that was crying that the election was stolen before Trump even had the opportunity to do so. You remember when Trump whooped Hillary Clinton's ass in 2016? Y'all remember that, right? And then all of Hollywood started crying. That's when you came up with, when all these people started creating these mugs filled with liberal tears, because everyone from Hollywood was saying Trump would never win. It's just asinine to even think that he would ever win. Like, it's goofy. Like, it's not going to happen. He's going up against Hillary Clinton, and she got whooped. She got whooped to the point where she didn't want to say that she was defeated. And she kept on saying that he cheated. He used Russia to cheat and his friends over Russia. But then they end up using Russia to cheat and other places to cheat when they was hiding Joe Biden's laptop, and they was trying to make sure that people who presented that information that was once on Twitter but then got hidden, anybody who presented that got kicked off of their platforms, and it was just a whole big thing, man. So all of these people are failed. They're just losers, bro, and they don't want to admit to it. But these individuals, these young ladies, and I think I hear Lou Valentino's voice in this video too. This brother was all over the place down in New York, man. Shout out to Lou, bro. You doing your damn thing, man. I'm proud of you, young man.
We like jokes. We like jokes.
We do. And we understand the importance of a comedian having the freedom to push the envelope, because that's always been what has separated comedians from like everyday folks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they can push the envelope to either make you laugh or make you think or challenge you, right? But
because obviously we're such proud Puerto Ricans, I will say that it is not a little floating pile of trash. This beautiful island filled with beautiful people that love the beautiful islands, and it's okay to have different opinions. That's what makes America great, that people could just have different opinions. So you know what? We're not offended. Did we like the joke?
No,
I didn't like the joke.
I didn't like
I don't
the
even
joke.
think the crowd that he bombed that joke.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. Don't get me wrong. At
I
first,
think
I'm like,
the joke
wow, that's
in
crazy,
New York
but-
City maybe was not like in the right landing.
Probably right.
But
Probably
we
not
was
the
the right
best
landing.
thing.
mixed emotions.
We like
Buddy!
jokes. We like jokes.
We do. And we understand the importance of a comedian having the freedom to push the envelope, because that's always been what has separated comedians from like everyday folks, right? Where they can push the envelope to either make you laugh or make you think or challenge you, right? But
because obviously we're such proud Puerto Ricans, I will say that it is not a little floating pile of trash. This beautiful island full of beautiful people that love the beautiful islands, and it's okay to have different opinions. That's what makes America great, that people could just have different opinions. So you know what? We're not offended. Did we like the joke?
No,
I didn't like the joke.
I didn't like
I
the
don't even
joke.
think the crowd that he bombed that joke.
Yeah.
I thought it was
think-
funny. Don't get me wrong. At
I
first,
think
I'm like,
the joke
wow, that's
in
crazy.
New York
but-
City, maybe.
All right, so I want to hear the joke. I want to hear the joke. Here's the joke that was actually told, man. I want to see if y'all think it's funny at all. All right, so Tony Hinchcliffe, apparently he posted AOC and Tim Waltz actually reacting to his joke. They was actually reacting to his joke, and AOC is a cutie pie. I wish she didn't have the same mentality that her mentality don't match her looks on the outside. They just don't. I'm sorry. She don't look as cute once she opens her mouth, in my opinion. That's just me. But this is them right now giving that joke. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
These are terrifying.
Absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there.
Who is that jackwad? Who is that guy?
Actually, I think that's Tony Hinchcliffe, which is super disappointing. I mean, I don't. He's a comedian. I don't follow
this
crew
issue
very
with Puerto
closely,
Rico
but-
again. I saw it. This was when he went down after Helene, the horrific hurricane. People there, everybody coming together. We sent helicopters down from Minnesota and personnel. This is how you do this during this. And in the first hours, Trump complaining about the response. Does anybody remember how he responded to Maria in Puerto Rico? It was absolutely horrific. Down there insulting people, throwing it. Look, I know that the folks who are on here today understand this. People in Puerto Rico are citizens. They pay taxes and they serve in the military at almost a higher rate than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it's like super upsetting. Obviously, it's super upsetting to me. My family is from Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican, and like the thing that is so messed up that I wish more people understood
is that it's true. What Tony said is actually true, and he wasn't taking shots at Puerto Rican people. He was taking shots at how Puerto Rico is starting to look because of the way we've been treating things. That's just it. He wasn't taking shots at Puerto Ricans. AOC knows this. And Tampon Timmy is just soft, bro. He's cotton soft. I don't want that brother as no VP, man, at all. Now they fake like they had such an issue with what Tony Hinchcliffe said, but when he was on Netflix and he was roasting Kevin Hart, they ain't have no problem with this. Check this out right here.
Tom is afraid of the Giants, which is why Kevin Hart is hosting tonight. All night, he's been using the stool that Aaron Hernandez kicked out from under himself. Kevin is so small that when his ancestors picked cotton, they called it deadlifting. Tom Brady is a patriot, which is surprising considering he looks like a Confederate fag. Clearly, your ex-wife takes after you. I hear she's out there draining balls right now. People love you, Tom. You have the same fan base as Kyle Rittenhouse. Gronk, I'm happy you could take a break from writing Santa letters to be here today. I knew you were here when we were all out of chocolate milk backstage. You look like the final boss in George Floyd, the video game. Jeff is so Jewish, he only watches football for the coin toss. Nikki has such a bad eating disorder, the industry keeps shoving her down our throat. You might recognize her from her podcast appearances, specials, and winning the Triple Crown at Churchill Downs. You might recognize Kevin as the jockey that rode her, and that's Churchill Downs, the racetrack, not to be confused with what Jeff Ross looks like when he smokes a cigar. Sam J, an obese African-American lesbian. So by having here, Netflix checked off a lot of boxes.
I'm not going to play the rest of it because then Netflix is going to ding me for it. But he said way more disrespectful things on his Netflix series. Obviously, because it's Netflix and it's rated MA and all these other things. But he hit everybody. Kim Kardashian, Andrew Schultz, you name it. But all of these liberals were laughing their asses off because, hey, we came here to laugh. We came here to have a good time. But then when they see Trump, and they see people having a good time at a Trump rally, and yeah, some things were said that was not that funny. I didn't laugh at any of it. Why? Because this is not really my style of comedy, just to keep it a buck. But I did not laugh because he was being disrespectful. When he said something about a black guy that was inside of the crowd and he had on some type of funny looking hat. And he said, nah, that's my friend. We was at his house last night celebrating Halloween and we was cutting some, we was cutting some watermelons or something like that. I thought that was hilarious. You know what I mean? Like carving, he said they was carving watermelons. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. One thing I don't like is that Trump's people are trying to separate themselves from Tony. Don't do that. I know some of y'all probably think that's the smart thing to do. I think it's the BS thing to do. I think it's soft to do. If you invited him to come speak and you know what type of comedian he is and he did what he was supposed to do the way that he usually does, don't I sound like Kamala now with the do and does and done? I know I said every single one like 3 or 4 times each. That's called a word salad. But they knew what to expect when they brought him out to the rally. And he did what he do. And don't separate yourself from him. We was having a good time. We ain't looking at y'all little punk ass rally and talking, we talk about Kelly Rowland's big old suit that she had on. We talk about Beyonce looking like a white woman, and we talk about everybody that goes on. So all this fair and love and war, man, ain't no crime there. Like they joke on theirs, we joke on they joke on ours, we joke on theirs. Let it be what it is, man. Like it just is what it is. But at the end of the day, we know who the best candidate is. The best candidate right now is Trump, period. He's the one with the plans. He's the one with the relationships. He's the one that has done it before. He's done it before. And he did it at a high level. And they're trying to act as if he's going to be a completely different dictator style president. And he wasn't that when he was here before. He understands government. He understands business. This dude is trying to put tariffs on all these companies so he can bring more money and more jobs back to this country. Why are they hating on that? That makes no sense to me. All of the money that Kamala and those guys have been wasting and have nothing to show for it. Nothing. And all of the bad sugar honey iced tea that has been happening with our borders, with fentanyl deaths, with people being raped and murdered. Come on, man. All of this happened under Biden's watch. And they aren't even accepting responsibility for any of it. As a matter of fact, they are outright lying, trying to disconnect themselves from it. We've seen Kamala do it time and time and time and time again. You're not going to fall for the same things. This right here is just another distraction. I don't want the Trump team to say, oh, we didn't have anything to do with that. It doesn't represent our values. No, it don't represent their values, but you invited the comedian to come out to the rally. He said what he said, and some people laughed, some people didn't. Even the Puerto Ricans who were there that were interviewed about it, they was like, man, it's not a big deal. It is what it is. But he covered all bases. He was talking about Puerto Ricans. He was talking about the rest of America. He was talking about black people, the LGBTQAI plus, Kamala and her team, Joe Biden. He was talking about everything. So get over yourselves, man. Are we adults or are we not? Are we? Because that's how I'm voting. I'm voting as a black American man who put God and family before anything. That's it. God and family. And obviously, I'm going to vote for somebody else who put God and family before anything. God, family, and country. Right now, the people who are currently running this country, they're not putting Americans first. If they were, then the homeless veterans will be getting the money and the finances that the illegal immigrants are getting right now. The homeless veterans and people who are living on the street, even if they're not homeless veterans, they are still Americans. Still Americans. dealing with rough times, but we can't even put them in hotels. Why? Because most of those hotels have already been fully contracted out by the federal government for illegal immigrants, people who have not paid one red cent in taxes. So why are we putting them before we put Americans? I don't get that. So if anybody want to discuss politics with you, don't feel like it's this type of, I don't know, conversation that you don't even want to get into because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Nah, we're adults now. You brought it up. Let's talk about it. You want to argue about it? Cool. I'm coming with facts. Feel free to come with your emotions and just leave it there. Tell people who you're voting for, stand on business, and don't apologize for it. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. I really appreciate it. Again, the only price of admission for my live streams is to simply hit the like button. I'm going to read off a couple of these super chats. Mimi Marie, thank you so much for the super chat. Kamala has a dark heart. She expresses happiness and excitement when she talked about destroying people's lives and breaking up families. And she was talking about, I just want the money. That's what she do. Thank you so much. Paramatrix, I appreciate you, brother. Measured Man, can we have a conversation sometime? I want to speak. Coming as both CHRO attorney to show how they intentionally weaponized DEI. SHRM dropped E early. See, you got too much daggone going on. You got acronyms. I don't know what you're talking about, but I would love to have a conversation with you someday. And thank you so much for the super chat. Sean Logan, we need Trump. You're the true fan. Thank you so much. Keep it up. I appreciate that. The Watchman, DOD released new update to DOD Directive 5240.01 to change language on lethal force. Why would this need to be updated right before elections? Because it's about to be some lethal force. That's why. They about to tag on catch y'all out there trying to vote and bust you in your forehead or something. T-Paul, something that I didn't know Kamala would be the one to verify the vote like VP Pence. Wow, is that what the evildoers are planning? Love you. South Carolina, North Carolina is strong. Thank you so much. Well, she's going to verify that she won and that Trump lost, and they're going to throw away all of the daggone votes and be like, look, it's nothing to see here. Are you going to deny it? You election denier? Man, y'all need to just make sure you handle your business and make sure you keep the megaphones on and you're speaking up for what's right for this country, man. Jehovah's Truth. Hey, brother, love your content. I need a coach. You are absolutely amazing. As long as you're putting God and family before anything, you don't need a daggone thing. That was my 2 pennies, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Make sure y'all like this video, share this video. I'll be back a little later with some more information. But, man, we are on the right track. We're doing what we're supposed to do. And whenever things are moving in the right direction, you're going to see people on the opposite side making a whole lot of noise. Only a hit dog holler. All right. So continue to throw them stones of truth, and they're going to continue to holler because they are all hit dogs. All right. You'll figure that one out later. Love y'all, man. Again, thank you so much for pulling up. Hit that like button, share this video, make sure it goes viral, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream. And for all my blues, thank y'all so much for always helping out, man. Y'all are absolutely amazing. I do realize this is in the middle of the day, and the fact that you've taken 1 or 2 moments out of your time to spend with me, that means a great deal to me. Make sure you share this video and like it and watch it all the way